Signal here. Found it with Park 1, but got Neil Jones Beach 1 here first, and we'll compare a couple more modes, but kind of clipped audio a little bit, but let's go to Park 1. And then the one I always like to use, Field 2. Getting quite a few more iron numbers with Field 2, but let me dig that up. We'll see which one's more accurate. You know, I'm leaning towards probably Park 1 at this point, but be right back. That ended up being a cuff button. It looks like general service, I believe. All pretty dang close on their numbers. But I don't know, you guys be the judge. Which one do you like better? See if we can find another target. Okay, here's another target. Higher conductor this time. This is Park 1. Doesn't sound like it's very deep. Let's try Field 2. Park 1 seems to have tighter numbers. And then here's Beach 1. Pretty tight numbers in Beach 1 too. So let me dig a hole here. We'll dig it up and be right back. So got that target's right here in the bottom of the hole. I just pried it out of the side out of the bottom about 7 inches deep. And it is a coat button. General service coat button. So yeah, nice. Still got the shank. Okay, you guys be the judge. Which one do you like better? I mean, I tend to lean towards either Park 1 or Beach 1 in this case. I got another target here. This one's a lower conductor. So in the 11, 12, 13 range. That's in Park 1. There's Field 2. The one thing you'll notice about Field 2 versus Park 1 or Beach 1 is that the numbers and the tone go down, probably because of the weighted frequency of the mode. Here's Beach 1. Kind of weird. Alright, so let me dig that up and be right back, show you what it is. So that ended up being a piece of lead. Just a flat piece of lead, probably camp lead. Okay, see what else we can find. Okay, a signal here. This is Park 1. Field 2. And Beach 1. Alright, we'll dig that up, see what it is. I think maybe one of the next ones I'm going to try to find is a deep signal, because that's really going to be able to tell you which is better in a relic hunting mode. I mean, some of these shallower signals just aren't, you know, real good in telling that. They're all about the same. And then the other thing I want to try to do is find something that's in a bunch of iron, and that may show some differences as well. So let me dig this up. We'll be right back. Okay, so that is looks to be a fired 44 caliber round ball. So I get that in the sun, sorry. Anyway, so okay, see if we can find something else. Okay, here is a signal that I believe is deep. So we'll compare the two, or the three modes with this one. And it's difficult. Coming up iron a lot, but you've also got this consistency in the center of the target. So there's field 1. I mean park 1. Here's field 2. Okay, beach 1. Now this is where you get the real test for which one's going to be better for a target like this. And so in my opinion, you're looking at park 1, field 2. Beach 1 just doesn't grab onto it nearly as well. Now this is Neil Jones Beach 1, so the ground balance is 0 because it's supposed to handle more difficult ground, and this is, I'm moderately mineralized. I have the other two modes ground balance though. But Beach 1 struggles in this situation. So let me dig that up, we'll see what it is. Okay, so here's the target, fairly deep. It's cuff button. Not sure if it's going to have a letter in there or not. Looks like general service. It does have the shank on that one. So, alright. Okay, I didn't video this one. Probably should have, but wasn't expecting it to be this, and it was another low conductor, and I already filmed a bunch of those. But there is a nice letter G. Came in as a solid 12, so that is cool. Happy with that. Alright, back in a few. Around it. You can hear it faulting everywhere. But then right there, you get a target right in the middle of it. So that was park 1. Here's field 2. And then beach 1. All grabbing onto it pretty good, but beach 2 is a little choppy. Let's dig that up, we'll see what it is. Okay, pretty amazing for just such a small target. It's a little bit of bucking ball. So it was only about 3 inches deep, but geez, that's a good test. Can pull it out all that iron. Alright, see if we can find anything else. That's park 1. There's field 2. Notice in field 2, that's way lower than beach 1. and squeaky in beach 1. Alright, dig that up, see what it is. Okay, that ended up being a piece of camp lead, so you can see how the different modes change how they report that target because of the odd size of it. So, interesting. On to the next. Okay, I didn't record this one until I got the plug out. It was in some pretty high grass, you can see right there, and it's having a little bit of a problem getting the signal to come in, but now the hole's opened up, it's gotten much better. That's Park 1. Here's Field 2. Now notice how much lower Field 2 is. And then here's Beach 1. Gosh, on this particular signal, I think Beach 1's got the tightest pattern. So let me dig it up, we'll see what we got. Okay, so interestingly enough, that ended up being a piece of wire. Sorry, I got a plane flying over me. I think that's a good lesson. Switch between modes. If the numbers are all over the place, it's probably not good. Okay, so I'm back from that hunt, and I just wanted to make several comments about the finds that I found, and also tell you my thoughts on each one of the different modes that were used. So let me get the phone turned around here, and we'll... Okay, so there's the finds from today. Only dug 2 pieces of iron, and both of them sounded good. This one, you saw the video, I made the comment that, you know, maybe the changing between the tone, or the modes and all the tones and numbers changing quite a bit should be some sort of a clue. But you also saw, I think it was this piece of camp lead, did the same thing. And then this carved Sharp's bullet right here, I was on the way back to the truck, got a similar type situation where in Field 2 it was really low numbers. In both Beach 1 and Park 1, the numbers were quite high, and that ended up being a Sharp's bullet, you know, about 10 inches deep. So a couple other things that were interesting that I dug was, it looks like this is a smashed, looks like it was a gold-plated ring at one time. It's pretty smashed up. And then here's a cut piece of silver that I found as well. I can't tell what that's off of. It's worn pretty thin. Maybe, I don't know, a 2 real, maybe even a 4 real, I don't know. Okay, so now what I wanted to do is give my opinion of each one of the modes. I've been switching between all 3 of them on targets for the past 3 or 4 weeks now. And these are my findings as far as my soil goes. I have moderately mineralized soil. It could be different in, you know, other areas, other types of soil. But for me, I'll discuss it, you know, based on my area. So, in moderately mineralized ground, I've in the past used Field 2 quite a bit. It seemed like it would be the best for my type of area. I'm mainly hunting fields. I'm mainly a relic hunter. I look for a lot of low conductors, so it made sense for me to use that mode. It is a deep mode. It does really well in iron, but it is quite chatty. It's more geared towards the lower conductors, and so in my particular area, when I run an all metal mode, I'm getting a constant -8, -9 chatter in the background because it's picking up the minerals in the ground. Park 1. So Park 1 to me is probably the best one to use, and Tom was right. For us American hunters, it is the mode that is best suited for us. That goes for relic hunting, and it goes for park hunting. He's found that in his area. I mean, I'm starting to find that in my area. Now that might be different for Culpeper, and I'll discuss that in a minute. And that's Culpeper, Virginia I'm talking about, where the soil's really hot. But as far as Park 1 goes, for me it appears to be the deepest mode. It locks into the target the best, although I can still get a target in Field 2 that is deep, and I can tell it's there. It's much more clear in Park 1. So it is also the best one in iron. It appears to lock on to the target the best in iron, grab onto it, separate it out. Field 2 is not bad, but it's not as good as Park 1. As far as chattiness goes in my ground, I can run the sensitivity up to 24 in Park 1. Well, I can run it up to 24 in all of them. At 24, it is slightly chatty. I'm occasionally getting -8, -9 chatter, but it's not anywhere near as bad as Field 2. So for me, Park 1 is the winner. Now Beach 1. Beach 1 in my soil is the least chatty. I get no mineralization chatter at all, but it's also not as deep. And it actually in iron, it seems to fault on iron a bit more than the other two modes. It really can get some high squeaks going, faulting off of nail heads and things like that. And I'm not sure why that is, but that's the case that I've found. Now, the place that Beach 1 I can see excelling, and other people may have found other things, but I've been to Culpeper, Virginia a number of times to the Digging in Virginia hunts and have taken my Equinox 3 different times. I always use Beach 1 mode. It's the least chatty, and it's the easiest for me to pick the targets out of that high iron content soil. But like I say, in a low or moderate mineralization environment, I think you're better off using Park 1. So anyway, that's my opinion. I'm sure other people have found other things, and that's fine. But I've just had a number of people ask about these settings on the forums and some of the comments on my videos, so I thought I'd do something. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.